Hey everybody, it's Jpage and Scott Radesi. Scott's the business development manager, national accounts manager for Playa Resorts, and I am Jeff Page. We're with Jeff Page Travel Chats today. I'd like to hear your feedback on this video and what you think about this new concept we're trying to roll out. So if you could drop a note, send me some feedback, I'd love it. Scott, you want to take a minute and introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about Playa Resorts and where they're located?
I will. Thank you, Jeff. This is a great opportunity for us to have a little chat here. And thank you, everybody, for joining us. My name is Scott Radesi, as Jeff says. I'm National Accounts Manager with Playa Resorts. We are a family of 20 all inclusive beachfront resorts across Mexico, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. Great beachfront locations. Some are focused on family travel, some are focused just for adults 18 and up. So if we're going to focus on one or two today, but Jeff can help you find that right resort for your next vacation.
Yeah, and I can tell you, so I've been to most of not all of the resorts in Jamaica, and I've been to Hyatt Zilara in Cancun. I've been to Hilton La Romana. I've been to the Hilton, the Hyatt Ziva and Zilara that we're going to spend our time talking about today. So the pictures in the background are all from this property or excursions I did when I was there. So Scott, can you tell me what is Ziva and Zilara and what are the significance to those two words?
Yeah, I gave a really brief entry thought there, but you see my Playa shirt. We are Playa Hotels and Resorts. We're an ownership and management company of these resorts. We have various brands under our umbrella. As Jeff mentioned, we've got the Hyatt brand, all inclusives, along with a few others. We've got the Hilton Resorts, Panama Jack Resorts, a couple others as well. But yeah, Jeff, to your point, we've got the Hyatt Zilara and Hyatt Ziva. Easy way to tell them apart is Hyatt Zilaras are adults only for 18 and up. Hyatt Zivas are for all ages. And here's a little cheat sheet for you. Ziva has four letters, kids has four letters. So that's an easy way to help you remember. Hyatt Zivas are for all ages. Ziva for all ages guests. And Hyatt Zilara has six letters and adults has six letters. And Hyatt Zilaras are for our adult guests, yes, 18 and up. And as Jeff mentioned today, we want to focus a little bit on our brand new resorts we've just built from the sand up, as we like to say. They opened in November of 2019, the Hyatt Zilara Cap Cana and the Hyatt Ziva Cap Cana, right in the Punta Cana destination of the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, and what a beautiful resort that is. We were there in January this year
Right.
for 7 nights, and man, the food was great. The hotel was immaculate. The service, like always, is great. I
Yeah.
love your from the heart service thing, and it really. I think the first time I visited one of your properties, I like halfway through the first day, I was like, "What does that mean?" I had to
Yeah.
know. So
What's it all about?
yeah, so it was great. I think for me, the highlights of this property, I can't go without mentioning the beach. The beach is amazing. It's so I'd say 300, 400 feet wide in places.
Yeah.
This is a beach lover's paradise, and it's beautiful. It's swimmable. It has everything you need for a great beach property.
Right. It absolutely is. That's what's amazing about it. It's in the Dominican Republic. What's cool about it is the way it's where it is. Just to give you a lay of the land, if anybody out there knows the Dominican, has been to Punta Cana. If you go one way out of the airport, it's about a 30-minute drive to the Punta Cana hotel zone or group of hotels over there. If you go the other way out of the Punta Cana airport, you go only about 15 minutes to Cap Cana. It's a gated community, so you have to have a reason to get into the area itself. There's high-end residential, there's a nice marina there, there's a beautiful golf course. There are a few resorts there, of course, including our Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Zilara. And you have to go through a gate to get into our resorts. You have to be a registered guest at our Hyatt Zilara or Ziva. They're right next door to each other. So to get through that gate, you have to be a registered guest. But the way it sits, the way that the land is, the way the beach is right there, there's barely any waves. It's beautiful. You can walk out. I didn't really measure it. I don't know, so I won't venture to say how far exactly. I'm thinking about 50 feet or more into the water, and you can still see your feet. It's beautiful, that beautiful turquoise Dominican and Caribbean water. The beach itself, as you mentioned, Jeff, is just to die for, if I may say so. It's got the beautiful chaise lounges, palm trees that are coming right out of the sand. I love the fact that you've got those pictures popping up behind you too, because everybody can see, as you mentioned, these pictures are actual pictures. I think you took most of these, Jeff,
Yeah, I took them
of
all.
the resort, so you can see how beautiful the resort grounds are. And when the circle around to the beach itself, you can see just how gorgeous this beach is. So if you, your guests, your family want a good beach vacation, you've got to take a look at the Hyatt Zilara for our adult guests, Hyatt Ziva for our all ages guests.
So let's talk a little bit about the Ziva side, which is the kids side. What's the highlights of that side of the hotel in your opinion, Scott?
I think when you walk through this open air lobby, I'm talking about the moment you get off your transfer and you get a transfer from the airport, 15-minute drive from the airport to the resort. You walk through this open air lobby, check-ins right there, and you walk out and you just see this. It's where you pull up to, you get out of your transfer, you walk in, check in. There's a lobby bar right on this side. There's a coffee shop right there on this side. All the rooms are kind of, I'm gonna see if I can do this on camera, surrounding where you're, surrounding the pool area. And you walk to the backside of the lobby, you're a level up from the pool deck you can see just down to that pool deck and all the way out to the ocean. Just a beautiful view and vista right from there. And all the rooms face in, if you will, like the walkways, the walkways for the rooms are on what we call the outside of the resort, and the rooms all face in. So your view is either beautiful palm trees with the pool behind it, or most of them are ocean view. And that's the picture I was waiting to get to right there, Jeff. That is a beautiful shot right behind you of our beach with palm trees popping right out of the sand. That's just a start. I mean, you're talking about a brand new resort that we built from the ground up. As I mentioned at the very start, we're a family of 20 resorts. So when we've been building these resorts, the Zilara and the Ziva, we really took our best practices from our other resorts and brought them to this resort, starting with rooms that are over 600 square feet. That's the starting price point, and they go up from there.
Yeah, it was. I actually think I like the Zilara lobby better than the Ziva lobby. Just felt like it was more stunning, which was a little different for me. I thought that it would be the other way around, but they're both stunning, and the view of the beaches coming out once you get into the lobby is just amazing. So.
Yeah, and I would invite everybody, if I kind of got picturing it with my hands and, giving you an idea, reach out to Jeff and ask him to send you pictures of the resorts and how they lay out, because it's really good. I want you to get a good understanding of how the rooms are situated and where the views are from. I want to say I don't know how many rooms are in the resort, but I think it's 6 floors where, the views from the different room types and categories. That picture right there behind Jeff is some of our suites. That happens to be on the Zilara side, but it's very similar on the Ziva side, where some of our rooms are ocean fronts. The bottom floor have swim out pools right behind the balconies. Swim through that pool, get out of the pool, and you're literally on this white sand beach. You are on the beach. Upper floors, you've got beautiful balconies facing that beach. It's just awesome. I love the resort.
And that's why I put that picture in. I wanted to talk about those rooms because, I mean, it's just amazing. They're right there on the beach. You've got a swim out pool. You can't get any closer or any better location. And that's still a 3-minute walk to the lobby. And that's one of the things I really like about this property, the way it's laid out. It's basically 2 U's to put together like a W, and the lobbies are in the centers. So it really makes it easy to get to everything. Even from my room, we were on the far side of the adult side. It was less than a 10-minute walk to get to the restaurants at the Zilara side.
Zilara to the other side of the Ziva, yeah. That's it. And to your point, a lot of people ask you or ask me, I get it all the time, like, okay, you're talking about these 2 resorts being right next to each other. If I'm going to the Zilara and, I don't want to have kids with me, I don't want to see kids. Will I? Well, no, you won't, because the Ziva is where we have our kid-friendly rooms, all the family-friendly restaurants and all that side with the full pool over there, swim-up bars, all that good stuff. On the Ziva side, Zilara side has its own pools, rooms facing in. The club pool is gorgeous there. And keep that in mind too. You can get club service for certain rooms that have access to our exclusive club lounge and exclusive club pool with its own swim-up bar, as well as a restaurant that's just open for breakfast and lunch for our club guests. So just things to think about, and why to talk to Jeff about finding that right room for you, what you're looking for with your vacation experience. And I'm just going to stop right there and say, Jeff, I love the headdress that you're wearing for this chat.
So that was on one of the excursions we went on. I took that shot. It was pretty cool. We took the excursion from the lobby, the ATV tour.
Oh, very cool.
Stopped at this place and took pictures, and so the cenote you see in this picture was that same excursion.
That looked pretty sharp. Now, granted, unfortunately, that wasn't right on our property, as Jeff said. You're talking about an excursion away from the property. You booked that separately, but through Jeff.
But I did book it right in the lobby of the hotel, this particular one. So it was great. So let's talk a little bit about food. One of the things I noticed, I'll be honest, I didn't eat a lot in the buffets. It was just my wife and I, so we took advantage of the table service restaurants. But the buffets looked great. There's pictures in here that show the fresh fish that was on the buffet, and you could pick your tuna or your wahoo out and walk it right over to somebody, and he'd cook it fresh for you. So the food looked great. It was really fresh. As a chef in my prior life, it was a pretty impressive looking buffet. I wish I would have taken one night and just done it, but we just never got around to it. I think it's other restaurants. This is a beautiful shot here. It's
I love that shot.
Pool at night. So the other restaurants, I went to Journey's, the Indian restaurant.
Yes.
Wow, that was, I would venture to say, the best Indian food I've ever had.
I got to agree with you. You're going to the Dominican Republic, and I'm going to jump in. I got to talk about that. I got to talk about Journey's. I wasn't sure myself, and Journey's is a restaurant on the Zilara side, on the adult side. It's actually got a replica Orient Express train car that you can have dinner sitting in that train car. It's such a cool experience. So it's what we've done there with our restaurants, and each resort has, I believe it's 6 restaurants plus many bars and lounges on each side. So for our Zilara guests, we have this restaurant called Journeys, and it is exactly what Jeff said. It is authentic Indian food, and I'm talking chicken tikka masala, I believe it's called. It's outstanding, and everything I had off that menu, and I ate it a couple times because I went back. It was so good. I got a picture with the chef when I was there. I leaned up. I was like, "Come on, buddy. I got to get you arm in arm with me and promote you." He was, I might be biased because I have my Hyatt name tag on, but
no, it was really good. Not to cut you off, it was very, very good. The French restaurant was very good as well.
Yeah,
we had great meals in there. And if you're a pasta fan and want some more comfort style food, the I can't remember what it's called, noodles and thread or something like that.
Yes, noodle and thread.
So it's that was very good too. So I found the food to be very good, and we've all heard it, or at least anybody that's really researched Dominican Republic, is the food's really not good in Dominican Republic. This hotel does not live up to that statement in any way. It's really good. You could put this hotel anywhere, and the food would be successful.
Right. I think there's something about that, Jeff. There's a couple things that we pride ourselves on as a company. We call them pillars of Playa, and we always talk about them. And 2 of them really stand out at this resort. Across all of our resorts, they do. But to your point, there's that stigma, that stereotype about, the food level, the quality, and the service level. We wouldn't have been able to bring the Hyatt brand in the all-inclusives into the Dominican Republic if we didn't get that right, because we're well aware. You hear about it year after year in reviews on TripAdvisor and all that stuff about the challenges, the step down in food. Don't expect a lot. Don't expect, There's language barriers and don't expect great service. Two things we pride ourselves on. One of them is service. We call it our service from the heart. You'll really see 100% of our staff pretty much stop what they're doing and put their hand over their heart when a guest walks by. And it's authentic. It's a nice personal touch. We have guests coming from all over the world, and that is an international sign of welcome that we practice. And we do it there, and it makes you feel welcome. The interesting thing is you'll see our guests doing it back to the staff members by their second day of vacation. And then they'll want to do it when they get home to their coffee shop and be like, where's my service from the heart? You know?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I was there maybe 3-4 hours when I stopped somebody and said, okay, tell me what this means, because
What does that all
everybody
mean?
doing it. It was that obvious that it took me like 3 hours. I had to know what this was about.
Exactly.
Growing up in the hotel industry, in the 5-star world for the most part before I worked for Disney, I definitely notice service, and that stands out.
Right.
So it's a great thing.
It's something we pride ourselves on. And then the food, like you said, I won't go too much further into it, but just even the buffets, you have that stigma about the word buffet, right? Well, we have cook to order stations, as Jeff mentioned. You pick the fish that you want, bring it over, you'll get it cooked the way you want. For breakfast, we have different stations throughout the buffet, and we'll make it food to order. It's not just heating lamps and food laid out for hours on end. We're always switching that out, different. And then we have theme nights in our buffets on each side. We have separate buffets, one on the Ziva side, one on the Zilara side. But we have great a la carte restaurants with sit-down menu service. Like you said, a restaurant called Brando's, that is French Tahitian. I don't even know what that is in the States, and it was amazing. The ambiance of that restaurant itself takes your breath away.
The lighting in there was great. Brando's was awesome. I don't remember the name of the club level restaurant. It's right on the beach. That's a beautiful place to have breakfast or lunch. And the club lounge was really nice. So, Scott, can you talk? I know you mentioned it briefly. Talk a little bit about what club level gets for our guests.
Sure. What that really means, and there is a club restaurant. So I'm going to open this up. So I've got a little guide that if I don't get it, because we have a family of 20 resorts, I may not know it off the top of my head for all of our resorts, but that's where this guide comes in really handy to talk through it. But we do offer club level service. And what you'll find as a customer when you reach out to Jeff is there's different room categories available for you to book. He can run down the specs of the room, what's included, what all that is. But some of our room categories include the term club level with it. And what that will provide you, if I can just find this, of course I can't.
I can fill in a little bit. It includes the restaurant on the beach. I'm drawing a blank.
Exactly.
It includes a lounge at the pool.
Right.
So it's almost a separate pool that you can enjoy anytime the pool's open, and it has a club level lounge that you can visit on both sides of the property if you're on the Zilara side.
Yeah.
So and service wise, it's pretty much the same as far as in your room. But it was just so nice to go into a couple of nights when we just didn't want to deal with crowds, and it wasn't that crowded anyway, but we didn't want to go to a busy restaurant. We could stop in that club lounge, and there were 5 or 6 other people in there, and you knew the bartender by name the second day. It was definitely a nice way, especially, even if you bring the kids, to get away a little bit. So
right.
It's just a nice step up, and then the extra services that go along with it.
Correct. There's like personal check-in, private check-in at a different area of the lobby. There's going to be, like you said, there's a club lounge that's right next to the lobby on either side. If you're on a Ziva side with a family, it might be good to check out that club level service because, like Jeff said, it's never overcrowded in there. They're going to find, you're not going to have maybe a full buffet breakfast, but you're going to find enough options right there to please any palate. On the Zilara side, there's a lounge right there next to the lobby where you're going to find breakfast, lunch, and dinner, different appetizer size options right there. And as you mentioned, on the Zilara side, we've got a beautiful club pool. It's just for our club guests. It's got its own swim-up bar. And then Shutters out on the beach, and that's the restaurant you were trying to think of, John, has exclusive access for our club guests for breakfast and lunch. So it might be open at dinner time for all guests, but it's just for our club guests on breakfast and lunch. And then personalized concierge services. So, at some point we got to talk about that water park and different options that we've got for our Ziva guests. You can have concierge service take care of you right down there at the pool or at the beach, at the main pool or the water park or down at the beach. And that's what they're there for if you have club level service.
So yeah, so club level it definitely stepped up the game. There's a beautiful spa there. I think one of the things that I was really impressed with was the gym in this property.
Yes.
The quality of the equipment, the size of the gym, new technologies that I was seeing going
Right.
through there. The spa is amazing too. So the gym spa package here is also great.
It is. We've got classrooms for yoga. We've got a whole room full of the cycle bikes where they have a video constantly playing. So you don't even have to wait till, a specified time for a cycling class. Go in, hop on a bike. I mean, if that's really what you want to do on vacation is stay in shape. That's up to you. I like to try to, but you can absolutely do that with our cycling room. We have Zumba classes. We do have scheduled classes. Don't get me wrong, but we also have interactive classrooms led by on-demand video. And then to Jeff's point, we've got CrossFit training things too. And I'm doing this because those big ropes that are real popular now? We've got that available right there in the gym. These are available at no extra charge. These are both 5-star all-inclusive resorts. You're not going to pay extra for these types of activities. The gym itself is 14,000 square feet. So Jeff, to your point, it's amazing. The technology, like you said, the high tech interactive, video screens on the treadmills and on the cycling machines, things like that are out of this world, really.
Yeah, not to spend a lot of time on the gym because I know some use it, some don't. But I mean, the machines even count your reps. It's that high tech. So,
Yeah, it
but
is. And then you mentioned the gym, or the spa, excuse me, the spa recently opened. Remember, we just opened the resorts in November. So, everything was coming together. But trust me, now it is, as soon as we can get back out there and get out to traveling, you got to get there and take a look at this spa because it is, what a cenote is? I'm going to ask everybody. And if you do, I'm going to explain it. But as I talk through this, type in if you've ever been to a cenote, what that is, and I'll kind of talk around it a little bit. So give people a chance to comment in and do this as we're doing our chat. But we really made this spa into a natural feeling, like it's underground. It's like you're underground getting a spa treatment with an open air area with water coming in around the outside of that open area. And if it rains, it's raining right into it's like a rain shower, like a rainforest going on. And I'll kill the suspense right there. A cenote is an underground, like a secret river. We have made our spa in the style of a cenote, of an underground river. So when you're down in our spa, you feel like you're in a completely different world getting a spa treatment. I mean, the things we've done at this resort are just, we've raised the bar in the all-inclusive experience. The old all-inclusive, it's, you go to one restaurant, you go to another one, they're all the same. Our Hyatt resorts across our family of Hyatts, from Los Cabos to Puerto Vallarta to Cancun in Mexico to Rose Hall in Jamaica and to here in Cana, Dominican Republic, they have different cuisines that really reflect the region where they are. And our food and beverage folks at these resorts are really continually stepping up their game and doing some amazing things just to change and really, challenge themselves and to give our guests an experience that they've never had before. We're really proud of what we've done.
yeah, and I've been to half of them or more than
I can
half
get
of
you to
them,
all of them,
and
man.
the food is varied. So that's it's amazing. So just a quick recap on the property. So it's got lots to do in the day. It's got an amazing beach. It's got great food. It's got an amazing spa and gym complex. Um, nightlife when I was there, it was a little quieter. It does have a sports lounge that's open at night that has different entertainment through the week, and it also has a outside theater that has different entertainment throughout the week. But it is a quieter resort at night. I wouldn't say it shuts down the patios at 8 o'clock, but by 10 or 11, it's winding down.
Yeah.
So I don't know that it would be the resort I would send my people that are looking to party 24/7, but
Right.
there's something there for everybody. We didn't talk much about the water park, but it's got a brand new water park
Beautiful water park
as
there.
well. It's you could spend a full day easily at the water park with the kids and you know and then that beautiful beach right there as well with the water sports included, non-motorized water sports included.
Yes.
So is there anything we didn't cover on this property, Scott, before we
You
wrap
know,
up?
what I would say, folks out there, is email Jeff for some pictures, for more information on the resort, because as he said, I don't want to take too much of your time today, but take a look at the pictures of this water park and you got to find yourself there. There's 7 spas, there's a lazy river, there's a food truck there with all kinds of great options for like a quick lunch. Like I got a burger there and fries that was outstanding. So yeah, no, it's really got something for everybody. Like you said, we've got a sports bar there where they'll do karaoke nights, they'll do dance parties. We have a theater, outdoor stage with different shows at different nights. But yeah, we don't have a nightclub. It's not going to be going till 2 a.m. We're not that kind of crowd. And we don't want to be something like that. We want to give everybody the great experience to reconnect with your family. That's why we vacation, right? If you're going with a spouse, with a partner, as adults only, you want to enjoy that time together, meet some new people. We give you that opportunity across our resort. With your family, we have a great kids club. We didn't even talk about that either, but it's got a great kids club. But really, go there, reconnect with your family, and that's what vacation is really all
Yeah, so for a great hotel that I can personally talk about in detail, and I didn't mention, I just saw the picture in my background. At night, it's got all these nice little fire pits around the pool where you
about.
can
That's
sit
right.
outside and just relax with your family. I thought they were really awesome, just little getaway places or a place to meet and have a cocktail at the end of the day. So
Yes,
overall, it's just a stunning property, something that definitely should be on your list and a place you need to go. Scott, thank you so much for your time today, and hopefully
absolutely.
we can get some people dreaming about their next trip with this
That's it.
conversation.
I hope so. Thank you for the opportunity, Jeff. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you all soon at the Hyatt Zilara, Hyatt Ziva, Cap Cana.